Connection failed. Failed to authenticate with Xbox Network. NW-45, press B to close.
battle. This miserable fen is a place I would not wish on my worst enemy. Come away and join me in brighter lands.
Morgaine went to great lengths to protect her solitude. Those anchors were farther than expected, but this barrier must come down. Though I goaded her into some dialogue, she's now back to ignoring me. Yes, and though she was not very forthcoming, her account of what happened during the Wars of Crimson Madness does make some sense. I still have no answers to the fate of Artorias, but I've learned to live with that for now. Though she speaks coldly of Mirrodin's fall, I detect some trace of sadness for the loss of her brother. But Morgaine is not blameless in what occurred then, nor the dark acts she committed as the corpse crone. I would hardly call it a confession. She has an explanation for everything, of course, as she always did. Moreover, I question the veracity of some of her claims. You must interrogate her as well. With the anchors destroyed, the barrier should be weakened. Your staff can likely dispel it. Go on, and hear Morgaine's explanations for yourself. I'll await you in Twillen. I've heard enough for today.
I'm impressed. I felt quite assured no one had both the perception and the prowess to bring down my barrier. But where is the most holy knight? Perhaps after cooling down, he remembered his steel is no match for my sorcery. That's for the best. We can have a more reasonable discussion. Galahad cannot accept that some questions have no answers. I watched Mirrodin's fall to corruption firsthand. I know the Crimson Menace does not play by the rules. I'm afraid that would take several lifetimes, and I'm quite busy at the present moment. If you wish to hear my account of the wars and the events that led to my unfortunate reputation, I've written it down just there. Go on. Aeternum secrets called to us in dreams, promising vast, ancient knowledge. What we discovered was an entity longing for release. Mirrodin believed his spellcraft would ensure protection, but this fell power claimed him for its own. As the Crimson Sorcerer, he became the herald of madness. When all else failed, I confronted my brother. Our magics clashed, and then... silence. I was forever changed. I knew the corruption would return. But the power I needed came at a terrible cost. The secrets I sought continued to elude me. But I refused to relent. I became the corpse crone, the curse of Weaver's Fen, the target of foolish shadow hunters. I have spent the century since alone, preparing. When the Crimson Madness returns, I shall be ready. So, you see now that I have neither insight nor responsibility in whatever fate befell the High King. As to my part in my brother's fall, I have spent every moment making amends. Preparing for corruption's eventual return. No! That cannot be! I would know! I have been holed up in this cave for a long time. I will need to verify this for myself, of course. But if you speak the truth, then I have gravely miscalculated. Some people believe corruption is mankind's inherent evil in its purest form, and others that it's some kind of demonic possession. It's far more complex, however. I should know. I've spent centuries studying it. Ha! Well, of course they do. It would be a shame if I spent all this time and could offer no value to them. Wait. You're a soul warden? I thought the order perished. Never mind. We'll need all the help we can get. Yes, well, I'll leave that to you. I must visit the ruins to the northeast and verify the sources of power there have not fallen to corruption. Go after Galahad if you must, but then meet me in the ruins of Canopus. I'll need your help.
I'm still digesting the fact of Britmar's fall, and the claims of Morgaine, which have some merit in truth. She vexes me to no end, but I cannot dispute the insight she can lend to the cause of battling corruption. Very well. Learn what you can from Morgaine, and perhaps convince her to join us at Caer Dun. I shall return to the fortress now to consult with Jonas on military strategy. That's where I belong. Light be with you, Warden.
Perfect. Among these ruins, there are sources of power the ancients learned to manipulate. Of most concern, the wells of pure Azoth. Mirrodin became obsessed with hoarding as much as he could. Perfect. Among these ruins, there are sources of power the ancients learned to manipulate. Of most concern, the wells of pure Azoth. Mirrodin became obsessed with hoarding as much as he could. The Tempest? Is that the champion corruption has chosen in this era? We shall have to learn everything we can about her. Wait. You have that look. Does the Tempest speak in your mind? Mirrodin had such power as well. Oh, how could so much have transpired while I toiled in that cave? I feel a fool for sequestering myself so long. If this Tempest is already amassing pure Azoth, then we are so far behind. Yes, the fountain of pure Azoth at this ruin dried long ago, but its residual power remains in the waters and in the guardians who protect the site. We must harness that power to recharge an ancient warding apparatus nearby. Years ago, I placed shield devices to absorb the power here. If they aren't fully charged, you can siphon energy from the guardians. I must go on to Andrometus, so once you have the devices, meet me there. Oh, you handled that quickly and without complaint. It's been a long time since I partnered with someone so competent. People disappoint. It's an unfortunate fact of nature. Only time will prove if you're an exception. This apparatus once powered ancient wards for all these ruins. And recharging it will defend against the corrupted. There's some kind of fault in the eldritch boundaries. However, it may be impossible to repair. A glutton for danger, are you? I hope you have some measure of restraint. But at the moment, I'll take the bravado. The fault could be caused by a threat the wards identified and contained. Well, if I knew that, I'd have said so. If that does prove to be the case, if some entity has been entrapped, it will need to be released. So, that courage could very well come in handy. Good luck! Twice now. You solved problems without coming back to whine about some complication. Was there some entity that had been entrapped in the wards? That's strange. I can't imagine why an elemental being would trigger ancient wards. Here, is that a specimen you collected? Let's see. The creature appears to have become blighted with some strange infection. I hope you took precautions gathering this sample. Whatever blighted this creature, we need to find the source of it. After I recharge the wards, I will need to study this sample carefully and check the area for more. Yes. That adventurous spirit is definitely your weak spot, but once again, I'll take full advantage. I'll work on the wards while you track this blight back to its source. Do be careful.
Once again, we meet on sacred grounds rendered sickly by an insatiable thirst for power. You should go. This time, there is no way to heal the land of the wounds inflicted by human ego. The repugnant incursion of corruption caused this blight. But that's what happens when humans traffic in forbidden power. Of course, your curiosity demands you see for yourself. Go on, then. There's no menacing demon, if that's what you fear. Rather just the tragic, polluted remnant of what was once a sacred pool. I have seen this too many times at this point. I will endure no more.
Nature is not our ally. Never question that, for you will pay for your ignorance. Together, we shall overcome.
tell from here that the ruin and the angry earth who resided there are riddled with the blight. Let me guess. The Azoth fountain within had been claimed by the corrupted, by the Tempest. Recharging the wards proved impossible, so I knew the corrupted must have already come and gone. I once theorized the angry earth could have a reaction to the corrupted. Horrid as it appears, I find this blight fascinating. I must return to my cave to examine this specimen of the blight. It could lead to new defenses we could deploy against the corrupted. And then we'll need to secure whatever sources of pure Azoth remain. Yes, of course! Your fellow Soul Wardens! It will be critical that we strike back against the corrupted with both a martial and a magical strategy. Tell me, where are you and your allies based? I will meet you there. I do not know this place, but after I study the Blight, I will find Caerdan and bring my equipment with me. You have impressed me at every turn, you know. This could be a promising partnership.
I'm grateful to have you returned, Soul Warden. Hasty decisions have been made, and we need your insight. But I know you've just returned from the Fen. Has Morgaine agreed to join our cause? I shall endeavor to put aside my grievances against the sorceress. Our circumstances demand it. I apologize for my abrupt departure. I hoped to strategize with Jonas, but he was already quite set on a plan of his own making. He's been gone for some time now. I had asked him to wait, but he refused. He had become deeply suspicious about the enemy's activities to the north, convinced they plotted some terrible campaign. Scouts from Great Cleave reported the rise of some new fell commander within the ranks of the corrupted. They had also witnessed enemy troops engaged in the preparation of siege equipment. Jonas felt action was demanded. There is an old outpost in the foothills to the northeast, and Jonas resolved that he and a handful of wardens would push through enemy lines and capture it. I suggested that task be left to you, but he refused to wait. Yes, fortunately. A scout returned with news Jonas had secured the outpost, but was in desperate need of supplies. I dispatched carts of food and ammunition, but they were intercepted, trying to get around enemy lines. I agree, but our secret passage into Great Cleave is lost. We have no choice now but to charge the gates. I suggest we split up, assault the gate, recover what supplies we can, and meet north of the front. Godspeed to us both.